Welcome to Thoroughbred Action from Gulfstream Park. I'm Ron Nicoletti. It is Thursday afternoon. It's a beautiful Thursday afternoon. Let's go to my buddy Pete Aiello with our track and weather conditions.
11 races in total on a Thursday afternoon in South Florida amidst beautiful weather conditions for horse racing. Temperatures in the low 70s, a fast main track, and a firm turf course. First of the day over the firm turf course at 5 furlongs. Claimers in for $16,000. Scratch the 1 wishfully, a field of 6. Favorites were 5 Little Christina and 7 JoJo's Candy. Racing at Gulfstream. From the outside, Gracias, Adios, hits the ground running toward the inside. Tiz Red Wine away with speed. Little Christina lands a good tracking spot with JoJo's Candy on the outside. Then it's Not Nice and Majestic Mayara as they speed to the opening quarter. From between horses, Gracias, Adios, holding the inside edge is Tiz Red Wine. Out 3 wide and JoJo's Candy. Not Nice moves into 4th. Little Christina 5th and 3 to the trailer, Majestic Mayara. They make their way to the far turn. They went 21-1 for the opening quarter speed. JoJo's Candy having to cover an awful lot of ground. 3 wide on a neck on top. Little Christina begins to get in high gear behind her. Gracias, Adios, and Tiz Red Wine are next with Not Nice as they wheel for home. Up front, JoJo's Candy. Little Christina to the attack on the outside. A late run from Not Nice and Majestic Mayara. Final 1/8 of a mile. JoJo's Candy on the ropes. Majestic Mayara storming down the center. From between horses, Little Christina. Majestic Mayara hits the lead. Majestic Mayara from last to win it. Second, Little Christina. Third, Not Nice. And fourth was JoJo's Candy. Pace Meltdown on the opener sets it up for a horse from well off the speed, and that was the 4, Majestic Mayara, who rolled by the leaders at the 8th pole under jockey Angel Rodriguez, who continues to do some pretty good work while not getting much credit for it. Marcial Navarro, the winning trainer of this daughter of Majestic Warrior, for owners NME 56. We go to the second race and the start of the early pick 4. Starter allowance optional claiming horses. 6 furlongs of the journey here. Scratch the 5 and 6, a field of 5. Favorites were 2, Harry He, and 3, I Idolize You. And they're off. I Idolize You is last to begin. First to begin is Northern. There goes Harry He and Lil J from down toward the inside. Visionary Ruler is out of there second last and 3 lengths off the lead with I Idolize You moving through traffic at the back of the field. Less than 5 furlongs to run. Harry He gets clear, and Harry leads the race by a length and a half. Juarez is slamming on the brakes here with I Idolize You. No place to go, and he's back to 4th. Visionary Ruler is last as Lil J and Northern closest pursuers to Harry He. 22-3, very reasonable opening quarter speed, especially for Harry He, who leads the race by 2.5. Second is Northern, third out wide is Visionary Ruler. I Idolize You on a rebid after a bit of a tough run early, and at the back now is Lil J. 5/16 to go, now a quarter of a mile left to go, and Panici gives the green light to Harry He to go for more. He went 45-2 for a half mile, and he's on top by 3.5. Up into second as I Idolize You to the outside of Northern, then Lil J and Visionary Ruler. 1/8 of a mile to go, and Harry He looks like he's got it all locked up. Harry He is still strong, and he's still 4 on top. I Idolize You and Northern, they battle second and third, but nobody beats Harry He. Harry He gets the job done. Very close for second. Either I Idolize You or Northern, then Visionary Ruler and Lil J in 110-4. Number 2, Harry He is a throwback horse if there ever was one, as he brings his cards to the table every time he runs, and he pretty much runs the same race every time he runs. Sometimes he's good enough to win, sometimes he's not. Today, he was good enough to win. Harry He went gate to wire for his second consecutive victory for owner-trainer Brett McClellan and winning rider Luca Panici. We'll be right back.
The best chance for success begins with a solid foundation. At Hardacre Farm, early personal one-on-one care starts the journey to becoming a champion. Bred to leading stallions, our mares represent the highest standards. Hardacre Farm's signature in the breeding industry. Based in Ocala, Florida, breeder and owner Amy Tarrant has inspired excellence throughout her entire career. In your quest for success, start with Hardacre Farm, breeding the champions of tomorrow.
Back now for the third race of the afternoon, around 2 turns on turf at about 7.5 furlongs. Claimers in for a price tag of $16,000. Rider change on 1, Vigas to Marcos Meneses. The favorite was the 6, Tipsy Kitten. And they're off. Annihilator off a step slow. Love Conquers off a step quick and heads off for the early lead from Two-Step Time, who moves the challenge from the inside. Up on the outside, it's Annihilator marching forward after the subpar getaway. Remember the Main just to his inside, so Annihilator gets floated a bit wide. Saving ground at the rail is the gray Harry's Gone Gray, racing ahead of Rompin' Reed, then down at the inside Vegas, and the early trailer is the favorite Tipsy Kitten. Last of all, Vegas slams on the brakes while second last. Into the backstretch they go at 50-1. It's Nick Juarez in Two-Step Time with the advantage over Love Conquers in second. Annihilator is a tugging third. Harry's Gone Gray is a well-settled fourth, racing ahead of Remember the Main, then Rompin' Reed. Vegas has been held up for about a quarter of a mile, now tries to settle while still second last, and the trailer is Tipsy Kitten. The opening quarter was 24 seconds flat as they go to the half-mile point. Annihilator is up within a neck of Two-Step Time up front. Love Conquers is third. Harry's Gone Gray at the rail fourth. Back to fifth, Remember the Main. Then comes Rompin' Reed, who's given the green light by Miguel Vasquez. Tipsy Kitten still a long way behind while trying to launch an attack as Annihilator takes charge. Annihilator to the top of the stretch is now at a quarter of a mile to go. Leads the way by a length and a half. Second, Two-Step Time. Third, Love Conquers. Harry's Gone Gray at the inside. Rompin' Reed swings wide for the drive, less than a quarter of a mile to go. It's Annihilator in front. Love Conquers tries to get into second, down the center, and Rompin' Reed. Annihilator close to home with the lead. Rompin' Reed, Love Conquers, they chase second and third behind Annihilator, who is in front. Very close then for second, either Rompin' Reed or Love Conquers in 129 flat.
Number 6, Tipsy Kitten fails to fire as number 8, Annihilator comes away with the victory under jockey Paco Lopez for the Hallcraft stable and trainer Eddie Keneally. Another good run from 4, Rompin' Reed. He was second ahead of the 5, Love Conquers, who kicked on gamely but had to settle for third. Let's go now to the fourth race of the day, 1 mile over the main track. Claimers in for a price tag of $35,000. A field of 6. The favorite was the 3, Conquest, Windy City.
And they're off. From the center, Conquest, Windy City, ridden hard out of the gate. Mr. Attila has natural early speed. He'll move to challenge. Just Kidding away in the top flight from between horses. Here's Fortune Cookie as they chase the speed of the favorite, Conquest, Windy City. Conquest, Windy City out of the chute with the lead, pressed along now by Just Kidding, who's in the 3-path and moving to challenge. Fortune Cookie is between horses. These 3 have gone 4 ahead of Mr. Attila. Then Mucho Prospect and Prince Tito is last behind an opening quarter of 24 seconds flat. Down the backstretch they go. Still 3 horses across the track. It's the favorite, Conquest, Windy City, taking pressure in the 2-path from Fortune Cookie, and on the outside, that's Just Kidding third. These top 3 are still well clear of Mr. Attila, who's off the speed today, working 3 ahead of Mucho Prospect, and Prince Tito is last. Past the half mile and moving to the far turn. The half mile was strong, 46-2 with 3 furlongs left to go. Conquest, Windy City has taken a lot of heat. He starts to feel the strain now. Just Kidding 3 wide. Fortune Cookie from between horses. Mr. Attila, not known for his closing prowess, but he certainly has a good setup. He's fourth and tacking on. Mucho Prospect is next, well ridden by Irad. Then far back still is the trailer Prince Tito with a quarter of a mile left to go. With the advantage, it's now Fortune Cookie after 3 quarters in 1:11 and 1. Just Kidding on the outside, widest of all in Mr. Attila. 3/16 to go. Just Kidding has a tussle with Fortune Cookie, who's battling hard. Fortune Cookie toward the inside. Just Kidding on the outside, lifts again. Just Kidding, Fortune Cookie. Just Kidding, Fortune Cookie. Just Kidding, Fortune Cookie. He's 2. It's Fortune Cookie. Fortune Cookie turned away Just Kidding and beat him a neck in 137 flat.
Number 1, Fortune Cookie, in a street fight of a stretch run, gets a narrow decision. He's been in that role before, Fortune Cookie. He's always up for a fight. 4-1, the winning price today for Paco Lopez, who gets a riding double. This one for Bobby DeBona and owner Philip DeCosmo. Second, number 6, Just Kidding, who ahead of number 5, Mr. Attila, ran third. We go now to the 5th race of the afternoon, 5 furlongs on turf. Claimers in for a price tag of $16,000. Scratch number 10, Grand Tagoshi. Favorites were 2, Teak, and 3, Big Possible.
And they're off. Big Possible just a step slow, so was Sydney's Charisma. Good start for Teak, who fires to the top. Barbarossa has speed. Long Blade on the outside with Bronze Age, working widest of all, but ended up into the top flight, racing into third. Then back to Salambo, who's 2.5 clear of a recovering Big Possible. He's racing to the inside of Yale Deal, then Sydney's Charisma, and Spinos is last. Inside half a mile from home as they leave the backstretch and move on to the far turn. With the advantage, it's the speedy Teak, and Jaramillo on top, a length and a half. Long Blade is second. Barbarossa's at the rail third. Back to fourth, and Bronze Age ahead of ahead of Salambo, who's 3 in front of Big Possible with a quarter of a mile left to go. They went 21-1 for the opening quarter speed, and they turn into the stretch. It's still Teak on top. He leads by 2.5. Long Blade is second. Barbarossa's at the inside with Salambo and Big Possible. Final eighth of a mile, and Teak starts to wobble. Teak is slowing down. Here comes Salambo down the center. Barbarossa between. Salambo is in time. Salambo and jockey Carlos Olivero ran down Teak to win it in 56-1.
Number 2, Teak is making a career out of inventing ways to lose. He had a clear advantage again today, but could not seal the deal, getting a bit tired in deep stretch and allowing 7 Salambo to roll by and get the victory at an upset price for trainer Antonio Sano and jockey Carlos Olivero. Guarnieri Stables owned the son of Cantharos, who was an upset winner. Time for a commercial timeout. The Rainbow Six sequence is right after this.
Go Zipper is pulling away. Go Zipper blows them away with an eye-opening performance. Awesome again has won. Go Zipper kicking clear. Judy the Beauty.
Back now for race number 6 in the program. Start of the Rainbow Six sequence. 6 furlongs over the main track. Maiden claimers in for $35,000. Field of 9. Favorite was the 9, Papa's Little Girl.
And they're off. Papa's Little Girl wins the break, but Miami Rose has a quick first gear, and she'll fire to the top. Here's the newcomer Only in August, moving to take a joint second with You Can Look. Also away in the top flight, she's third, as Miami Rose is intent on the front. Away racing in fourth, that's Chic and Sexy, and from between horses, Long Story Short. Out wider than her is Mad Slam, widest of all, Papa's Little Girl. The 2 lagging behind are Charette and Drama in the Rain. Past the half mile and moving to the far turn, 22-3 for the opening quarter, and Miami Rose has the lead. Here's Chic and Sexy, moving up on the inside now to take second from You Can Look third. Only in August has to rebid, but she's moved into third again. Moving with her is Papa's Little Girl. Long Story Short got held up in traffic, so did Mad Slam with Charette, and a quarter of a mile left to get. With the advantage, it's still Miami Rose on top by 2.5. Papa's Little Girl, Chic and Sexy, Only in August, second, third, and fourth, behind a 46-3 half mile. 3/16 to go, and Jaramillo and Miami Rose continue to lead, but Chic and Sexy, Papa's Little Girl, and Only in August continue to charge. Less than an eighth to go. Miami Rose trying to see it through. Papa's Little Girl trying to pick her up on the money. Here's Papa's Little Girl on the outside. She's in time. Miami Rose just failed while second, Chic and Sexy third, then Only in August, and Long Story Short in 113-1.
Number 9, Papa's Little Girl gets the job done here today, winning in the final strides under Irad Ortiz Jr. for Jose Garofalo and owner Enrique Sanchez. 4, Miami Rose did all the heavy lifting but had to settle for second ahead of number 1, Chic and Sexy, who ran third. We go now to the 7th race of the day, the start of the late pick 5. 6 furlongs the journey, claimers which have not won 2 in for $10,000. 9 went postward. The favorite was the 9, Julia's Kitty.
And they're off. Tong Shu, the first to begin. Julia's Kitty on the comeback try is into the race early. Away in third is Return the Favor, then Faith Flies again and Glotanasa. 3 back to Before ahead of Paulo's Delight. Me Gusta Papi out the back door with She's a Princess. Down the backstretch they go. Long shot Tong Shu has the lead. Kept out in the center is Julia's Kitty to try to relax in the early stages. Ahead of Return the Favor, third. Faith Flies again, fourth. Glotanasa moving up fifth. Gap of 3 to Before, who's ahead of Paulo's Delight. Out the back door remain Me Gusta Papi and She's a Princess. Around the far turn they go, less than 3 furlongs to run. Julia's Kitty's had enough of Tong Shu and moves to a 2-length lead. Up into second, Return the Favor. Glotanasa's on her outside. Faith Flies Again is backing away. Then it's Before and Paulo's Delight with a 1/4 mile left to go. Julia's Kitty has this to throw away through a 47 1/2 mile. Off the turn on top by 4. Glotanasa is second. Return the Favor is third. Then Faith Flies Again, who winds it up again down the center. 1/8 of a mile left to go. Julia's Kitty now asked to finish what she started. She's 3 on top. Return the Favor is second. Then Glotanasa, Tong Shu, and on the outside, Faith Flies Again. To the wire, Julia's Kitty by 3 in the end. Return the Favor is second, close for third. Faith Flies Again or Glotanasa in 1:13 3.
Number 9, Julia's Kitty comes ready to roll off the layoff and finds a perfect field to get her return try in as she gets the victory here today, giving Irad Ortiz Jr. a riding double. Armando de la Cerda does the training. Midwest Thoroughbreds, the winning owners of this daughter of Caleb the Cat. 7, Return the Favor was second ahead of the 5, Faith Flies Again, who finished third. We go now to the 8th race of the day, the start of the late pick 4, Maidens on Turf at a mile and a 16th. Price tag here was $50,000. Field of 12 signed on. This was a wide open betting race.
And they're off. From the center, calling Cairo one of the first to break the line. Here's No Way Never up to challenge for the top. Also keyed up and moving up is Clear Blue Sky. Clear Blue Sky goes at it with No Way Never in the early stages. Dropping over to be third is Mount Olympus. Moving out the inside is Noble Nebraskan in the pink and yellow colors to race about 3 lengths off the lead. A bit wide around that first turn was Calling Cairo, a 1.5 lengths better than All In Stewie. Dardanetto's Tevins in mid-flight, and up on his outside goes Utred. Then it's a gap of 1.5 lengths to Elfitz, who's better than 9 lengths off the lead, while second last is Market Garden, and the early trailer is Fiery Tail. 24 1 for the opening quarter speed. Down the backstretch they go. It's a headstrong, Clear Blue Sky with the advantage 1.5 lengths. No Way Never is second. Up on the outside, Mount Olympus a joint third. Noble Nebraskan is at the rail. Macho Mania and the white and green colors racing from 5th and only 3 lengths off the pace setter. Then back at the rail goes All In Stewie. Calling Cairo has been a bit wide throughout, moving wider than him, and now on a mid-race move. Here comes a move from Utred. Utred is all the way up on the outside, but he's making good ground. There goes Utred. He was 7th. He's now 3rd and moving at the leader. Market Garden follows that. Not the inside. Noble Nebraskan is patiently handled. Elfitz is still between horses as they move to the top of the stretch. 3/4, 1:14 2. There's a 1/4 mile left to go. With the advantage, Clear Blue Sky. Utred moves to the leader second. Noble Nebraskan needs out down the center and shaking loose is Elfitz. 1/8 of a mile to go. Clear Blue Sky has something in the tank. Utred takes another run on the outside second. Clear Blue Sky has the lead 1.5 lengths. Utred starts to get some ground on him late. Here's Utred surging. Utred in time. It's Utred and Irad Ortiz Jr. for 3 on the car. They nailed Clear Blue Sky in 1:44 flat.
Number 8, Utred gets the job done with a wide sweeping move going around the far turn. Looked like he was going to flatten out a bit inside that final furlong, but he put his best foot forward late in the game, getting up for the victory, giving Irad Ortiz Jr. 3 in a row. This one for Christophe Clement and owner and breeder Robert Evans. Second, number 3, Clear Blue Sky, ahead of number 9, All In Stewie, who ran third. Up next was the 9th race, your West Point Thoroughbreds race of the day, an allowance optional claiming event at 1 mile over the turf. We had a field of 9 sign on. The favorite was the 4, Got Stormy.
And they're off. Toward the inside, Bonnie Arch gets the first call. Up between horses, Vendita has speed. Also in the top flight is Got Stormy on the far outside. Treasure for Gold moving out the rail. That's American Frolic to try to secure rail position ahead of Princesa Coqueta. She's 2.5 lengths clear of She's Pretty Lucky, who's dropped over to the inside. Miss Momentum is on hold second last at this stage, and the early trailer is Cheeky Cherub. Around the first turn, and Bonnie Arch gets clear. Bonnie Arch by 1.5 lengths while working in the 2-path. Wide on the course, Treasure for Gold is second. In between horses, Got Stormy is third. American Frolic is parked at the rail, 4th for Paco. 1.5 lengths better than Vendita. Another 2 lengths to Princesa Coqueta, well settled behind a 24 1 opening quarter. She's Pretty Lucky is 1.5 lengths in front of Miss Momentum, and at the back is Cheeky Cherub. They make their way past the half-mile mark in 48-2 as they swing now to the far turn. With the advantage, Bonnie Arch comfortable and 3 on top. Treasure for Gold second on the inside, and third is American Frolic. Got Stormy's lost a bit of ground while racing in fourth. Still unhurried, though. 2 back to Vendita. Then comes Princesa Coqueta, who's a length and a half in front of She's Pretty Lucky. Miss Momentum starts to hit high gear. Trailing the field is Cheeky Cherub as Bonnie Arch has to sprint. As on the attack is Got Stormy. Toward the inside, an American Frolic into the clear. Vendita with Treasure for Gold, and now there's an eighth of a mile to go. Making her move for the lead is Got Stormy, and Tyler G. She strides forward to open 2.5 now. Back to second, Bonnie Arch with a wall of pursuers, but nobody gets to Got Stormy. Got Stormy sharp in victory. She'll win by 2.5. Very close for second. That picture's between American Frolic and an outside running Treasure for Gold in 1:35 flat.
It's the daughter of Got Stormy, who proves best inside the final quarter of a mile. Well handled here today by Tyler Gaffleone. 8-5 the off price on Got Stormy, who gets the money for Mark Cassie and Gary Barber. Second 9, Treasure for Gold in a tight photo over the 2 American Frolic, who ran third. Don't go away, still 2 more to come. The late daily double on the backside of this timeout.
Whether you're at home or at the track, have a stake in the race when you bet with ExpressBet. Sign up for an ExpressBet online betting account and receive up to a $500 sign-up bonus.
Back now for race number 10 on the program, the first half of the late daily double. Allowance optional claiming event for 3-year-old Florida-bred fillies. A field of 6 signed on. Favorites were 1, What a Beaut, and 2, Wildwood's Beauty.
And they're off. Corey Gow, one of the first to break the line. Gray Owl is showing speed and is put into play early. Away in third is Wildwood's Beauty. Outside fourth, Starship Nala, followed by What a Beaut, and Perspire is last. Down the backstretch they go. With the advantage, it's Gray Owl in front by a neck. Corey Gow keeps the pressure on while in the 2-path second. 2.5 clear of the favorite Wildwood's Beauty, who's third behind the speed. A gap of 5 or 6 to the outside in Starship Nala with What a Beaut, and Perspires at the back. 22-1 for the opening quarter speed. They round the far turn. Corey Gow within a nose now of Gray Owl up front. Waiting in the wings third is Wildwood's Beauty. She's tipped to the outside. And here comes Wildwood's Beauty 3 wide and on the attack. 5 clear of a rallying Starship Nala, who's 3 in front of What a Beaut with a quarter of a mile left to go. Sitting the trip and now moving to the lead is Wildwood's Beauty, who went 45-3 for a half mile. She'll have to deal with Starship Nala on the outside coming at her with an eighth of a mile left to go. Wildwood's Beauty has the lead. Starship Nala starts to get to her second. What a Beaut down the center third. 16th to go. Starship Nala and Wildwood's Beauty kick on. Wildwood's Beauty, Starship Nala, photo finish. Very close. Starship Nala surged at the wire at Wildwood's Beauty. Then What a Beaut, 111-3.
Tight finish to today's 10th race, but in the end, the upset was on as number 3, Starship Nala, gets up in the final strides of today's 10th race under a strong ride from Miguel Vasquez for Starship Stables and trainer Steve Dwoskin. Second, number 2, Wildwood's Beauty ahead of the 1, What a Beaut, who ran third. To the 11th race, now on turf at 1 mile. It was today's final race. Maiden Claimers in for a price tag of $20,000. Late scratch of 6, Stag of Sylvia left us with a field of 11. The favorites were 1, Trump's Kitten, and 7, Wisely.
And runners away. Taranto was away well, but he veered to the inside. Now he's moving to the inside on purpose, and he's up to put a neck on top. Broadcast time is second. Trump's Kitten is out of there third. Up on the outside, U.S. Academy is fourth, ahead of Cause for Pardon. Then comes the team of Wisely and Archie Song, ducking over his home power to race about 8 lengths off the lead ahead of Old Rivers. And then the 2 at the back here are calling a winner, and at the back of the field is Cause for our bad boy EJ. Around the first turn they go. Loose up top is Taranto, and Luis Saez. Opening quarter was 23-1. Second is Broadcast Time. Third is U.S. Academy. Fourth inside, Trump's Kitten. Out wide on the course is Archie Song. Cause for Pardon just to his inside. They're both a bit wide. Wisely is next, covered up by Paco and about 6 lengths off the lead. Working ahead of Home Power, then Old Rivers. And then still lagging behind our bad boy EJ and calling a winner. 47-4 for the opening half mile, inside half a mile to go. Taranto's been in front from the outset, maintains the lead. Wide on the course, calls for pardon in the two-path broadcast time. Trump's Kitten needs some place to go, followed by Wisely. Out wide is Harchie's Song. U.S. Academy is next. 3 Better Than Home Power with a quarter of a mile left to go. Up on the outside, Cause for Pardon sweeps up to challenge Taranto for the lead. Into the clear comes Wisely. Trump's Kitten, no place to go. Final eighth of a mile, Wisely! And Paco Lopez unleashed down the center to take an advantage from second running Cause for Pardon. Trump's Kitten too little too late, then down the center in U.S. Academy. Wisely for a riding triple for Paco, 3 on top. Cause for Pardon second, Trump's Kitten third. 1:35.2 the running time.
Number 7, Wisely, parlays a good trip to maiden success as he powers away in the concluding stages, giving Paco Lopez his third riding victory of the day. This one for Mark Hennig and owner Lee Lewis. Second, number 8, Cause for Pardon, a huge try ahead of the one Trump's Kitten, who ran third. We had multiple winning tickets in today's Rainbow Six, so get tied on. A carryover in the Rainbow Six, now more than $1 million.
And that wraps up Thursday's action. We're right back here again on Friday with an 11-race card. And don't forget, on Friday, it's Beat the Expert Day. And who's up? My buddy Acacia Courtney. So don't forget to join us on Friday, our first race post at 12:30. Good night and good luck.
Hit the hay. I've been working all day. Hit the hay. What do you say? Hit the hay. Hit the hay. Well, I'm tired. Let me tell you, Jack, I'm so tired.